And hello to all my Aquarius friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for July 2022. Now today they've dialed up for you a Celtic cross spread. It's a great spread for general readings because it looks a little bit in the past, a little bit in the future, but mostly focuses on what is going on right now, which in this case is July. It is also the only spread that I do that focuses an entire kind of area, in this case a card, on the environment. So they want you to pay attention to something that is around you, a little bit of advice in there as well. So the Celtic cross we have lined up for you. We also are doing a Runestone, which will capstone that off. And at the end of your reading, they asked that I do a little extra for you guys. We're going to be doing a Chakra Scrub for my Aquariuses. So that is spiritual health. We're going to be looking through your chakras, see what's kicking good, what can be kicking better, and how we can improve. So we'll waste no more time. We'll get into it right now. The cards are already shuffled. I do that ahead of time to save us a bunch of time, guys. What I'm going to do right now is bring you in so you can watch. Go ahead and hit that like button if you're ready to have a great July. Okay, we're on. What I'm doing now are my ritual cuts. Basically cuts each deck into 3 pieces and put it back together in a separate order. Satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot, and then they're ready to go. So here we go with the Celtic cross for Aquarius for July. This is you and all that you are. This is what crosses you. This is what's behind you, the recent past. This is what's in front of you, the near future. This is what's above you, something that you're aware of. This is what's below you, something that you're not. And I realize that this is likely off the screen. I will move that around for you. This Celtic cross does get a little tall, and the widescreen has issues capturing that. And then here we go over here with running up the sides, 7, 8, 9, and bending in 10, just to show you that. I will move everything around like I said momentarily. Let me just check everything that I have going. The inverts are good. Let me see how many of the majors I need. The angel cards here, Oracle Angel. Looks like a couple. One more over here. And we're ready to go. All right, guys. Now it's just a matter of me showing you it on the screen. Move that to here. There we go. Okay, so the bottom of your cross is that owl guy there, right there. That's the 8 of Cups. There's your cross. You can see it in a cross. And your very top card up there is the 6 of Pentacles. And then running up the sides, we have number 7 at my finger, 8, 9, Oracle card, and then 10, all the way up here. So that is the final outcome, and let's get to work. Let's do it, Aquarius. Because the Chakra Scrub does take some time as well. So we have lots to talk about. Let's do it. Let's get excited. Good July on the way. All right, so where do we start? Right at the very beginning, they show a lot of my Aquariuses are balancing 2 different areas of your life. For most people, this is your family life and your work life. That is what most people do this balancing act with. They show you're doing it very well, but at the same time, it is a delicate procedure for a lot of my Aquariuses because in this deck that they wanted me to use for you, it's actually a grenade. If you go back to the video of the overhead there, you can see that in the first kind of part there. The bird is holding the key, and it's like you hold the key to your life in these 2 areas and the balance of it. But at the same time, it's delicate because if you pull that key out, too fast, it pulls the pin in the grenade in this case. So, everything just blows up, and we don't want any corners of your life blowing up. So therefore, delicacy is key for July. Okay, you guys are doing a good job with this. So overall, otherwise they would have inverted this for me. They would have shown it to me the other way around, and they did not do that. A lot of you guys, what crosses you here is happiness. And a lot of you are finding that in July. That is a very good omen, good to see. It is the second greatest card in the deck. It is in other decks it's expressed a lot more kind of fluid, but this here is my bird deck, and they show 2 birds here. So it's having a good old time in the way that suits you. Birds have a good time in different ways than we do, and that really doesn't show us anything by the picture of what they're doing here, but I'm imagining they're having a good time because that's what the 10 of Cups card is. So that is the advice for your July, is to find joy. Do what you enjoy to do, and don't let the month go to waste. It's going to be over before you know it. Like, things come and go so quick. And if you're in a good phase here and you got this thing, even though it's a challenging balance and you got it in good control, take advantage of it. because, maybe next month will be different. Things don't stay good forever. As we look into your past here, guys, they show a lot of you Aquariuses have made a major decision recently. This is like probably, I'd say, a month or two back, and it's whatever this decision is major, and it's affecting you currently toward going into the future. That's why it's coming up. They want you to pay attention to this decision that you made. They're saying round and round, so this is something cyclical that hopefully you guys have made this decision to end a cycle or maybe begin a good one that's new. Okay, so if it's a bad thing they're talking about here, hopefully you've made that decision to cut it out. And if it's a brand new thing, hopefully you've made the decision to start it and that you're sticking with it. So they're bringing it up again, like remember your oath. If you said you're going to do this, keep doing it. You said you're going to do this diet. What happened? Let's keep doing it. Don't give up. If you said you're going to quit smoking, whatever it is, let's do that. That's very moon cycle energy. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but that is coming through into your future. So they want to remind you about that decision. Okay. And of course, in a general reading, it's going to be a little different for everybody. So find the context of where they're going with that for you there, Aquarius. Moving into the future, we have I have the Lovers card, two people, very good harmonious energy going on. They show Observer too, so you guys are looking at this. You can kind of see it coming for a lot of you, or this is what you're working on toward the near future. If you're single, you're working on changing that perhaps, and if you're in a relationship or even dating somebody, you're working on expanding that in the future. And just to be quite honest, it looks very good. This is the month right now to maybe not take as direct action maybe as other months. This is more the observation month. They gave me the Observer. So this is saying, watch what's going on, observe, take mental notes of what's going on, and things are moving in a good path. So let's keep it that way as much as possible. In the above position here, guys, this is letting you know something that you are aware of. I'm not telling you anything new here, more than likely. I almost feel like it's a wasted card in the Celtic Cross, but not really, because it just it's a chance for them to tell you something, almost kind of, pat on the back or something like that. We have good credit coming in. So this is either good money moves, good credit in general, just good credit, or this is good kind of energetic credit like karma. Okay, so either way, they're kind of letting you know, hey, this is very good. This is checking out good for you. Whatever work you've been doing karmically, that has been very good. Or even money moves, if they're talking about, something real in the physical realm here. They're talking about money moves and good credit. Good for you guys. Good energy there. And I'm not telling you anything new, so you probably have a good idea what that is. Okay. Now, this one is something you're not aware of. This is the bottom position here, and it's the Eight of Cups inverted. So they're saying here that this is where you should be leaving something behind and not looking back. So this way, you have a hesitancy to do that, or you've decided you're not going to leave and you're just in it to win it. What is it that they're talking about you leaving? That's for you to figure out. I can speculate all day long. There's probably 100 different ways that can go, though. So, figure out where they're going with that. There's something that you're just not leaving behind, that you're just like, what, I've decided I'm going to stick it out. Maybe it's a job. Maybe job has been an issue for you, and you know what, I'm just going to give it another 6 months. I'm going to give it another 3 months or whatever. And maybe it's somebody you're dating, a relationship, whatever. Well, I'm going to stick it out a little bit longer. I'm going to see if they can change. I'm going to see if they keep their word. So whatever it is that you have a hesitancy from moving on and sticking with, they're saying you're not really aware of the ability that you have to really stick in it. Maybe a lot of you don't even trust your own ability here, or underestimate yourself with how much that you are able to, they didn't come out and say be patient. There is a way they could have done that, but almost like your ability to get through the weeds or to navigate through the brush. You're getting through the fluff, and and even if it's bad at the end of the day, like when that story ends, and this is just not a positive thing, and you almost wish you would have left earlier, there must be a lesson to it. There must be some reason why they're telling you here that you don't realize how your ability to stick around actually is. So there is something there, and it's very interesting. I hope that you guys, I'm giving you enough context here for you to figure it out, because that's a big one. All right, so moving up into the rest of your cross here, this is number 7. This is your advice, and this is coming in as little kind of small little disagreements between two people. The advice coming in is like saying, don't end up, pick your battles very wisely, especially in the month of July. Don't be fighting over little stupid things, first of all. In this card, in this deck, it is pictured as two snakes, and they're fighting over a ball or an apple. I'm not sure what it is, but they both kind of have their fangs kind of clinched on it, and neither of them are going to get the apple. They're basically fighting over something that neither of them are going to get. You ever see the picture of the dog, or not the picture, but like the video of like a dog with a bone sees his reflection in the lake and goes to bite the dog so it doesn't get the bone, and then the dog loses the bone. That's kind of like the energy of what's going on here. So it's just like, pick your battles very wisely. A lot of this stuff is just not going to be worth your time in July. So, if somebody picks a fight, or, something goes on, an altercation or whatever, it may just be in your best interest to let it go, leave it to somebody else, or leave it to the angels, leave it to God, etc. It's just not worth your time. Next, moving up the list here, we have your environmental card. And a lot of your environment, they show kind of a little bit confused, a little bit unsure about the environment. So why are you guys a little bit confused about this? Maybe you're not sure where you're going to take it. Maybe some of you have a move coming up, or possible relocation, or you're just debating about, how am I going to finish this home project? Am I going to, redecorate this? Am I going to buy new furniture? Where am I going to put all this stuff? These are the kind of things that is coming up for your environment. So there's a little confusion going on. I'm not really sure why. Hopefully you have a better idea with that. Now, as far as what I can tell you to do about that, it's coming in as an emotional attachment. So it almost makes me feel like some of you have got some either some heirlooms coming in here, or some inheritance stuff, less than money, or something to do with like, what am I going to do with this? Like, it has a sentimental value to me, but it's taken up a lot of space. This could even be like old stuff that you have too, that is just like, let's say a hobby or something of yours, and it's just got to go. It's time for you to sell it, repurpose it, whatever. I guess that's a good a time as any, really, to move into the segue of the moon cycles before we wrap up with 9 and 10 for your Celtic. The moon cycles are going to tie right into that, and also right into our past one there with the decision being made. So here they are. I like to give you guys this every single month so that you know what's coming. The first thing that comes in is the full moon energy. That is July 13th. That is the garbage truck of the universe, the best time to get anything out of your life that just doesn't fit anymore. I know they did talk about staying in it to win it here and breaking cycles here. That would be an example of breaking, like I said, a habit there from the past. The good time to do that would be in the middle of July, because it's garbage truck. Get it out of your life, okay? And it doesn't matter what it is. If it's a person that needs to go, even if it's like a job situation that needs to go, old stuff we just talked about, selling like a hobby set or something like that, anything you're selling or getting rid of, repurposing, all that stuff fits much better in the middle of July than any other time, because we have the new moon coming in beginning and end of July, but strongest at the end. So I want you guys focused on that the most. We have July 28th, the new moon. And with that new moon, it's the best time to attract and bring anything brand new into your life. And it doesn't matter what it is. It could be something with love. If you're trying to attract new love into your life, end of July is much better. You're trying to attract something with work, trying to start a new job or find a new job, make some new money, start a new health kick, any of these things, much better placed at the end of July. You try to do it in the middle of the month, it can be done, but it just takes a little more effort, a little more work. It's much easier if you just go with the flow of the universe. Now, if any of this makes any confusion to you, we just talked about confusion too. If any of this confuses you, check out my little graphic I put together. It's free. It is on my website, scottsagent.com. You go to my videos page. At the bottom of that, you check out the moon cycle cheat sheet. It shows you how these energies come in and out and what kind of things you can apply to them so that things just go a little smoother for you. That's what that's all about with the moon cycles. So, as we wrap up with your Celtic, number 9 here is your hopes and fears. And this is obviously a hope. And they showed the Hanged Man card breaking free. So whatever stagnation you had going on, Aquarius, in the month of, let's say, June, coming into July here, your greatest hope is that this is going to break. And they're telling me here that you have a deep knowing. A lot of my Aquariuses here are going to be highly intuitive, maybe in general, but at the same time extremely high in July. Okay, so I have deep knowing, so I'm not worried about it at all. You guys kind of have good control of which direction things are going, and this is going to break free. Any of the stagnation, it eventually will. It's just a matter of when. The timing is what we don't know. We're reading for July. It may or may not start breaking in July. Maybe this is the stagnation of whatever situation has been slow for you is actually going to break in August. I'm not sure because we're not reading for August. But that's a good hope to have. And, keep thinking positively. And with that deep knowing coming in there, I'm not worried about it at all. You guys are in good shape. Let's get up to number 10 here. This is your final outcome for the month of July. What they really want you to do, especially by the end of the month, is to really be putting a lot of energy and effort into your work corner, actually. So this is work, business, enterprise, area of study, collegiate courses, learning anything new that you're interested in learning, or even working on retirement if you're of that age. So these are the kind of things that they want you working on toward the end of July. So that makes me feel like bringing it in, like we just talked about the new moon. Okay, so since they're talking about end of the month, bring it in right there. So work stuff especially is what they kind of wanted to key in here for you Aquariuses that are trying to do something more with work. It doesn't matter if you're trying to get promoted, maybe even finding a new job or starting a new business, a new side hustle, new revenue stream, whatever it is, pick up a few extra hours here and there. Work on that at the end of July. I wouldn't do it at the beginning. They're saying here to focus on work at the end. The beginning, you guys have other things going on and, just not the time. The timing is not right there. Now let's get into your Runestone, guys. Then we'll do your Chakra Scrub. Runestone for Aquarius July will be... Whew. This reminds me of your guys' quadrant video where so much of it was unknown for Aquarius. You guys are just a wild card this year. And here we go again. Let me show you this one. I'd show it to you, but there's just nothing on it because this is the Runestone for unknowable. So they don't want me attaching anything else to it. It's just like, hey, here's the Celtic cross. Now leave it alone and shut up. That's it. We're not doing any extra to it. We've told them enough. We don't want them over-analyzing anything here or, paralysis by analysis, I think they call it. So unknowable for the Runestone. So we'll just leave it at that and we'll just say, okay, Spirit, we got you. So let's get into your Chakra Scrub, guys. Now, I'm going to reshuffle. I didn't use that many cards, but I'm going to be thorough just in case. Chakra Scrub is something that you can't mess up. So I'm going to reshuffle real quick. I'm going to cut away so you don't have to see that while I do that. So I will be right back. Okay, Aquarius, I am back. The cards have been reshuffled, doing the ritual cuts one more time. Into thirds, back together, separate order, ready to go. Now, before I pull the cards for the Chakra Scrub, I just realized that I did not tell you guys to join the newsletter program while you're at the website checking out those moon cycles. So make sure you're signed up for the newsletter. It's at the very bottom of every single page on there, guys. It is a no-brainer. I only send one newsletter email every single month. It's just for updates and promo codes. Save you guys money on readings. Speaking of readings, I have a brand new product. Very excited about it. It is the Health or Chakra Scrub. If that sounds familiar, it's because that's what we're about to do right now. Except the Health or Chakra Scrub is physical health or spiritual health. Today we're looking at spiritual for you guys, but at the same time we're using the bubble energy here of Aquarius, and of course there's a lot of Aquariuses tuning in. You guys are great, but at the same time, if you're looking for messages that are personal, private, specific only to you, you need a personal reading to do that, and I do offer that there. It's a part of the bite-size readings. It's very affordable, also very easy. It's an audio product. You don't even have to show up for the reading. I just use your birth date to pull your energy right from you and get all about your physical health or spiritual health. So let's get started with your Chakra Scrub right now and see what they say for the sign of the chakra for Aquarius. Now, I'm going to pull these cards 1 through 7. I may read them in a different order, but here we go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. Invert's good distribution there. Just see if I need any Oracle Angels. I do. 1 there, 1 here. We're ready to go. I'm going to, it's pretty much the same either way. I'm going to go top to bottom. So here you go with number 1. This is your crown chakra, guys. It's coming in very good. Very eventful, really. So this is a good connection to the moon, the solar, the lunar, the higher dimensions. Very good. Very purple energy as well. Not much to say. It's very good. So those moon cycles I gave you, that'll work out really well for you in July. Moving on down the list here, this is your third eye, guys. This is coming in very complete. Oh my goodness, so good. We're off to a great start here, Aquarius. We have flexible coming in here, so they're saying your third eye has a lot of flex to it. You guys can really kind of bounce in between dimensions here, in meditation, in your dreams, etc. This is very high vibration stuff. As we move down into throat, this is where it gets a little confusing confused. That's kind of the word that we used earlier in your Celtic Cross. They gave me the same card, so it's letting me know that there's a correlation to that with the environment. So throat, speaking your mind, expressing yourself, comes up in the environment that I read for your Celtic Cross. So something to do with home and speaking up for yourself or expressing yourself comes up very big. I just put together a throat meditation there, the Vishuddha chakra. I'll link to that. I'll link to that in the description if that's something you want to check out, because they're showing that this one's a little bit confused. I feel like it's actually like working well, and it's just a matter of you willpowering it or using your will to use it and to actually make it really click high gear, really is what they're showing there. It's not an issue. It's just if you'd like a little clarity on that, I have that available, and it's free, guys. It's HemiSync technology. It's very cool. So check that out. I'll leave that in the description for you. Okay, Aquarius, as we move into heart chakra here, we have a lot of action going on. Really actually using a lot of love toward work is what they're showing. Like your heart chakra is very good. There's a lot going on, and a lot of it's being diverted toward your workplace, interestingly enough. But it's all very good energy. I'm not worried about it. So let's continue to move on. Everything's been relatively pretty good over here. When we get into kind of your yellow, this is your willpower. This is showing you guys are getting willpower. You're being able to do more things in the month of July because you're getting more freedom, more mobility than you used to be. You might have been really tied down in June. June might have been really busy for you. July exists this opportunity where you can exude more willpower, which makes more. You're making choices with your willpower. It's more about your day-to-day activities and so forth. So that's coming in pretty good as well. As we get down into here, the orange, which is your emotional center here, they show the Lover's card. So emotionally, you guys are very strung out on your love relationship or your love corner in general. And I say strung out because that was the first thing that popped in my head, but I don't mean strung out in a bad way. I mean just like it's your focus. This is just what your cordage is attached to. This is what you care about emotionally right now in the month of July. It's the relationship or finding a relationship, or they show two people, two entities working together here, and this is affecting your emotions. They do show time to go. So for some of you, time to go is kind of a bipolar deal. The time to go could be like, hey, this relationship ain't working out. Emotionally, it's not good for you, and it's time to go. Or they could be saying, hey, this relationship is working out. It's actually going really well. It's time to go forward. It's time to advance it, where this has been, maybe stagnant or something like that. So either way, emotionally, that's what's coming up for you there. It's not an issue. It's just talking about what is. And then we finish here with your root chakra. This here is saying that this needs a little bit of nurturing as well. I am looking for direction as far as what chakra I'm going to do a guided meditation for next, and it looks like for you guys root is a big one, so we're going to see it. Possibly that will be the next one that I do here. And your root chakra is your red. This is your grounding ability into the earth plane. It's located at the very base of the spine here. You can wear the color red to make this better, to get more grounded. You can also go out in nature. Water is very good. It's a good conductor. Getting out in nature wherever you're located geographically is good to get out, whether you're hiking on a mountain or you're going to the beach or you're going to the lake. Get your feet in the sand, whatever it is. Touch a tree, hug a tree, do some gardening. This is all very grounding stuff that can help this root chakra come back a little higher. It is kind of on a low level right here. So it needs a little nurturing, and it's basically saying up here it needs nurturing less. So you just got to kind of decide to do these things. It's not a matter of it's being very difficult at all. It's actually very easy to do. It's just a matter of you deciding and then acting upon that decision. So very good way to wrap up, guys. That is your entire spread. I know we've been through a lot. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to like and subscribe so you see the future videos. And that's it for me. Have a great July.